Alright, going forward with the installation, we're going to start with our driver's side washer jet, the one right at the end of the hose here. As you look at your bonnet, you've got to get tucked right under here to find that first washer jet square. See, that's it right there in the center, and just over to the right of it is the mount clip. So we're just going to pop that end jet right in that square hole. So as we pop the jet in, you'll see that's the reason why it's a square hole. It's got two spring clips. You're literally pushing it in, and both those clips will lock into place, and it's going to point towards your windscreen. It's on a universal joint here too, so you can aim this exactly where you want it on the windshield. So if it's spraying somewhere that it shouldn't be, you can just aim that quite simply. The way to aim it is a small flat blade screwdriver. A little precision one or something like this is perfect. You can go straight into that there by just popping the flat blade into that universal, and you can move it up and down, up and down. You can actually twist it this way. You can move it all over the shop. So if it's not spraying in exactly where you need it when it arrives, you just aim it with this jet. So generally start with it in the middle, and then if you need to move it up or down once it's on the vehicle, it's not too hard. You just put your flat blade in, and you can move it up or down or twist it to get it exactly where you need it. So what you want to do is start with the washer jet right at the end of the hose. Just lay it out on the driver's side and run the rest of the hose just on top of the old system right across to the other side there on the passenger side. Once you've done that, you want to locate the square hole. So if you haven't already, make sure you familiarize yourself with where that square hole is. Don't try and shove it in this one. Don't try and shove it in this one. It's not going to go. It's going to go in under here. Tucked away right at the front here. You get your washer jet, you point it towards the windscreen. That's where you want it to spray. So once the bonnet's down, it's going to be just poking its head out there, playing a game of peekaboo, and just squirting it at the windscreen. So what you do is just line your square up and push it in. Make sure it doesn't fall out. Give it a little wiggle, give it a little movement there just to make sure it's locked in fully. You might have to just push it up, but just be careful you don't break any of this. It's only plastic, okay guys? So just be careful, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's locked in. That's definitely locked in there. Then after you got that first jet in, it's literally just a matter of following these clips along. They're all spaced out in exactly the right locations. You've got an oval clip there, line that up and push it in. You'll hear it click in. That's that one done. It's locked in. First clip done. So once your first clip's done, just move along to your second clip here. Get another little oval clip, push him in, locked in, give him a little wiggle there, it's all fine. The next clip is the square one with the Y piece for the other jet. That's the square piece that I was talking about there. So the square hole, it's got the Y piece, and you just put it in this way. So the bottom part of the Y goes off to the jet, top part, it's in the system. You can't mess this up, guys, it's that easy. Push in, nice and simple. Alright, after you've got the square one in, locate the other hole down here, your square hole, make sure you know where it is. Again, don't go popping it in these oval ones up the top here. It's down the bottom, it's the square one, and it's exactly the same as before. Face the washer jet towards the front, find your hole and push it in. That's it. Just get it to clip in, nice and simple, just like that. Don't forget to give it a little wiggle. Make sure it's not sitting down, because if it's sitting down, it's not going to be spraying in the right spot. If it's clipped in there, it can't go anywhere. It's aiming in exactly the right location. Once we've done that, we move along. There's one more mount hole here. So we get the clip, same thing, push it in. You'll notice they're all in the right locations there, so there's no drama with where they go. That's how simple it is. Here's our little reference mark here. This is the main part about the install here, how you're going to run it. You could run it straight down here, and you could take that T-fitting out, and you could run straight onto that straight through plastic connection here on the barb, and you could just run the bonnet mount system. Or if you do want to run both, we've already got the T in place, and what you can do here is you could zip tie this up to your bonnet. There's a big square hole there. You can zip tie it up to keep it nice and secure out of the way. Tuck the excess in beside the hinge there, and just run your original hose that goes to your washer jet. Just cut it with some scissors. That's exactly what we did, and line it up with the T-fitting. And you can take this extra bit of the hose and this extra bit of the clip off here. You don't need it. So you can just run straight through off your original system. Or you can choose to cut this hose and to line it in this way. So I'll just go through that now. So it's coming down from the bonnet mounted jet, past the hole up there where you're going to zip tie if you want to do it that way, and into your original system, plug your T in. We've got the hose that's supplied here, and as you'll see, it's the same fitting that's on here. So what we're going to do is, because we cut this hose, we're just going to use that hose. So we're going to pop this hose off and just put that aside. So the reason we pop that off, it's just easier to work with the hose that we've already got, and we can push it into this existing hose that where we've just trimmed it right in the middle, and it just tucks in nice and neat underneath that clip just there. Keeps it all tucked away, nice and neat. The only thing to consider is if you have a bonnet mounted UHF aerial that goes on here, because it comes down that little bit extra, you may squash this hose. So if that's the case and you've got a bonnet mounted UHF aerial, what you might want to do is just redirect this hose here so it actually comes up with the other one. So you might want to just move it back here, your T-fitting just off the side, and then run both hoses up together here so it's way away from the UHF. So that's the only other thing to consider here, but that's pretty much it there. So there's the T in place. I didn't push it right in that last section. So yeah, you put your T in place and you tuck it in underneath this little clip that's here. That's it. So when you're, and this is the other piece that we haven't used, so you don't need that. Washer jet comes on, brings the pressure up, it goes straight to the bonnet mounted kit along there, it sprays out, and then all the back pressure goes through the original system too. So you're using both systems, you've got all the water you need to flow. If you want any extra water, just toggle that stalk where you're applying the water, just on, off, on, off, on, off. You could almost get a continuous flow if you just pulse it like this. Unfortunately, the motor, it is just sending a signal, so if you hold it on, it's still just going to do pulse, pulse. But if you want that extra flow, you just toggle that stalk and you can get almost a continuous flow there. So yeah, I hope that's made it very clear for anyone that's wanting to run this washer jet kit. And yeah, thanks very much for your support, guys.